interesting signing. The Eagles have just landed running back Rashaad Penny, former running back for the Seattle Seahawks. Now, in 2020 and 2022, he was on the PUP list, and then the injured reserve with a broken fibula last year specifically, but has shown plenty of flashes in the time that he's been healthy as a very physical downhill running back to pair well with Sanders, or most likely just Kenny Gainwell, because at this point I think we can probably say goodbye to Miles Sanders, because there's also the question of Boston Scott and how many running backs we want on this roster and how many we can afford. And that's the biggest thing with Sanders, is that I don't know how much of a pay cut he'd be really willing to take on a new deal to help us out in our current predicament with our cap and everything. And we're trying to deal with Darius Slay right now, and especially guys like James Bradbury, and more importantly, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, now that Marcus Epps is a Raider. So even though I don't really care too much about Marcus Epps, and T.J. Edward, we can finally see Nakobe Dean really step up in there. And with Fletcher Cox leaving and Javon Hargrave specifically leaving, we'll just need to see more of Jordan Davis. We don't know if Fletcher Cox is going to be leaving just yet, but at the end of the day, this is a decent signing so long as Penny can stay healthy, and that's the biggest thing. He's had a lot of good moments when healthy. When he's not healthy, obviously, he's just kind of just sitting there and taking money from us. So let's hope that he's healthy and hope that he can really provide for us, because I believe that he's a good talent, and we've seen him do a lot of good in Seattle. So we'll just have to wait and see. But this is finally something the Eagles have done outside of just re-signing a few guys, because the Giants have just traded for Darren Waller for a third-round pick from the Raiders, and the third-round pick is going to them. So, yeah, they did something. The Cowboys haven't really done much outside of re-sign a few players, and neither have the Commanders. So we're not too, behind on anything, but at the same time, I would really like to see this team do some more to help out the defense, because right now the offense, especially with Jason Kelce coming back, is in a good spot. You add Rashaad Penny, another back in the backfield. Sure, fine, whatever. We just have to see what else we got to do as far as maybe some depth at O-line, maybe a wide receiver in the slot to pair up with Smith and A.J. Brown. I don't know if we're going to keep Quez Watkins, or if we want to try to, or Zach Pascal, or if we're going to try to go somewhere else, go in a different direction there. I don't know. But as far as offensively, I'm not too concerned about where the Eagles are at, even without signing Hurts to a big deal or retaining Miles Sanders at the very moment. We did lose Andre Dillard yesterday, but that's okay. We just got to add more depth, and we can probably just do that in the draft if we want. But at the same time, we don't have many picks. So definitely going to have to lean on free agency for the defense to help us out a little bit here, because losing the few key pieces like Hargrave and T.J. Edwards, not huge, but are very noticeable losses. So definitely got to keep tabs and hope that the Eagles continue to do something there. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about that, and see y'all later.